is an examination of the breast that should be performed daily. As long as you're a woman of reproductive age, you should do your breast examination every day. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Whoop, 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 whoop. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and comment below if you've got any questions. Today's topic is very important to me, like every other topic, but this is important because breast cancers are the most common cancers in women above the age of 40, and I think it's important we talk about it. Today's topic is breast lumps. It's a common condition seen in women of reproductive age. It can be seen in men as well as children, because men and children have also got breast tissues, just that it's not as developed as it is in women due to the hormones that we have. What's a breast lump? A breast lump is a mass seen in the breast that's detected by either a person, their significant other, or a physician. It could also be detected during a mammography. So a mammography is the screening test done in women to search for breast masses and detect if they're cancerous or they aren't. So what happens when you find a breast lump, or how do you even find a breast lump? There's something called a breast examination. This is an examination of the breast that should be performed daily. As long as you're a woman of reproductive age, you should do your breast examination every day. It could be in the morning, in the afternoon, or at night. Why is this important? It's important you do your breast examination so you know what your breasts look like, and you can familiarize yourself with your breasts to know it, to be able to identify if there's any change. When you find a breast lump, what do you do? We're going to walk through this process together. One of two things would occur. Some people would run to the hospital immediately, and some people would freak out, and in order to avoid bad news, they'll probably keep it to themselves for a while. I'll just advise you that if you identify a new mass in your breast, the one place you should go to should be the hospital, and it should be as soon as possible. Got it? Are we listening? Okay, moving on. So when you're doing your breast examinations, there are certain things you need to be aware of. Changes in the physical appearance of the breast. Either a change in size, there could be an asymmetry between the left breast and the right breast. There could be redness, there could be nipple discharge, there could be skin changes. There's something called orange peel. So you know the way the orange looks before you peel it? The back has these dots. If you notice that appearance on your breast, you need to note it down somewhere and be sure to go to a doctor to check it out for you. What else should you take note of? So when you find a breast lump, you need to know if there's any change in size of the breast lump. You need to know if it changes with your menstrual cycle. You also need to know if there are enlarged lymph nodes. So you see this area right here, it's called your axilla, the axillary region. The first place a cancerous breast tissue would migrate to would probably be this region right here. So it's important that while you're doing your breast examination, you're also examining this area right here. And just to note that if you happen to have a mass right here, right now, in this moment, or later in future, it's not necessarily cancerous. There's something called accessory breast tissue. This is a breast tissue that failed to migrate along with the rest of the breast tissue during the development stage. So when you see a breast mass in this region right here, it's not always cancerous, okay? No panicking, we're not panicking in this video. But it's important that when you're examining your breast, you also examine this region to see, just in case you've not noticed any mass there before. While you're doing your breast examination, if you identify a newly formed mass in this region, please be sure to note it down, and please be sure to go to a physician so they can check it out for you. Now, when you go to see a doctor, there are a couple of questions they would ask you, and I want you to be prepared to answer this question. Not that you go there and you go and start scrambling and you're forgetful and you can't remember stuff. Prepare your mind before you go there that there are certain questions they would need you to answer. What are the questions you should expect? They would want to know about your menstrual cycle, at what age you started your menstruation, the number of pregnancies you've had, the number of live births you've had, breastfeeding history, family history of breast cancer, personal history of breast cancer. Have you been on any medication like oral contraceptive? If you've had any history of breast trauma, exposure to radiation, if you've had any breast infection. These are things they would want to know, and please, like I said, please be open about these answers, because no one knows them as much as you do, basically. Breast lumps can either be benign or malignant. Benign meaning non-cancerous, and malignant meaning cancerous. Benign lesions are more commonly seen than malignant ones. So when you find a breast lump, it's not always malignant, it's not always cancerous. Like, you should be scared, everyone would be scared, but just have it at the back of your mind that it most probably wouldn't be cancer. And to confirm that, you need to go see a physician as soon as possible. So when we talk about benign lesions, I'll give you some examples. If you want to know more about them, you can go read online, you can search on Google, and you'll be sure to find more information about them. So there's something called fibrocystic disease. These are cysts that are benign, that can be found in the breast. They are non-cancerous. There's something called a fibroadenoma. This is also benign. It can be found in the breast. And then there are malignant masses. And for this to be diagnosed, they need to run a couple of tests at the hospital before they can ascertain that a breast tissue is malignant. If you're 35 and above, a mammography would be done instead of an ultrasound. And if you've had breast augmentation surgery, instead of a mammography or an ultrasound, you'd most probably get a magnetic resonance imaging done. That's an MRI. Okay? How is the breast examination done? So you stand in front of a mirror, you raise one arm above your head, you try to divide your breast into 4 quadrants. That's the upper outer quadrants, upper inner quadrants, lower outer quadrants, and lower inner quadrants. And then you palpate and try to move in a circular motion in order not to miss any parts, and just try to feel for anything unusual. If you do it daily, yeah, then it would be unusual when you feel it. And then before doing that, just try to see the symmetry of both breasts. Obviously, you might not notice a change at first, but if there is a change, it would be easy for you to identify it as long as you do your examination every day, right? Yeah, moving on. So depending on the results of your tests, physical examination, radiographic imaging, and whatever your physician recommends, the physician and a group of other doctors would come up with a plan for you depending on what the diagnosis is. They would come up with a plan for you, and you move on from there. And yeah, that brings me to the end of today's video. I hope you were able to learn something from this video. If you have any question, like always, please put it in the comment section below. If you've got any feedback, please let me know. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share with your friends, family, loved ones, whoever. Thank you so much. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.